Good morning, traders. This is Shane Scott, the moderator of Newsware's Trade Talk. At Trade Talk, we're providing you with the most up-to-the-minute news on the market, along with the facts, themes, and short-term trading ideas for the day ahead. Joining me today is our trading anchor, Bill Olson, who brings over 30 years of institutional trading knowledge to our program. We're going to get things started with our markets update. U.S. futures are slipping this morning, with S&P futures down 0.31%, Dow futures down 0.34%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.28%. Markets are falling this morning while the dollar rises as weak Chinese data and continued spread of the Delta variant stirs pessimism that the global economic rebound is faltering. Commodities face declines after Chinese retail sales and industrial output data showed that activity slowed. Chinese state media also caused Alibaba to trade lower in pre-market today after criticizing the online gaming industry. U.S. consumer sentiment has reached a near-decade low and investors are looking toward the Fed to save the market momentum. Fed Chair Jerome Powell will be speaking at a town hall on Tuesday, and a lot of attention will be placed here as a sample to what's in store for the Fed's Jackson Hole Symposium in late August, and a clue as to whether the recent run on strong U.S. data qualifies as adequate progress for the central bank to consider tapering stimulus. Over in Europe, the Stoxx 600 index broke a 10-day winning streak, with energy and commodity stocks dropping lower. Bill, what are you seeing as far as market updates?
Well, Shane, I'm watching the S&Ps. I've been watching the S&Ps all morning long. They're continuing to show weakness. We're down 0.40% right now. A little concerned here. It's mainly due to those economic readings out of China, which is indicating a slowdown of its economy. Retail sales, industrial production, investment in fixed assets are all growing less than we're actually forecasted. I'm looking over in Europe this morning. We're seeing the DAX down. We're seeing the FTSE down. FTSE's down actually over 1%, and the CAC's lower as well. Energy and mining stocks are really causing weakness on the FTSE this morning. On Wednesday, we have the release of the Federal Reserve's morning meeting minutes. Their meeting minutes from their last Federal Reserve meeting. This is what traders are going to be paying close attention to this week. They're also going to be looking at the retail sales numbers that are coming out tomorrow. But as far as today, we're looking for a lower opening based on those economic numbers coming out of China. On a plus side, we have some really good companies who are scheduled to release earnings. Roblox, Home Depot, Walmart, Cisco, Applied Materials, Target, and more are releasing this week.
Well, let's talk about earnings to watch. Bill, tell us what we're seeing today.
I haven't seen any specifically good, strong earnings to talk about this morning or on Friday afternoon. But upcoming earnings on later this afternoon, we have Roblox. That's ticker RBLX, Richard Boy, Larry X-Ray. They're going to be releasing their earnings. Their estimate is 23 cents, and the expected move there is 11.79%. On Tuesday morning, we have Walmart, ticker WMT, releasing. The estimate is there for $1.56. The expected move is 3.48%. Home Depot, which is ticker HD, Harry David. The estimate there is $4.42, and the expected move there is 3.36%. Algiant, that's ticker A, is an Apple. The earnings estimate is 99 cents, and the expected move there is 4.18%. Cree, the light bulb manufacturer, that's ticker CREE, Charlie Richard Edward. They're expected to lose 24 cents this quarter. The expected move there is 8.48%. America Car-Mart, that's ticker CRMT, Charlie Richard Mary Tom. They're also releasing Tuesday afternoon. The earnings estimate there is for $3.49, and the expected move is 7.05%. Jack Henry and Associates, that's ticker JKHY, John Kilo Henry Yellow. They're releasing Tuesday afternoon. The earnings estimate there is 92 cents, and the expected move is 4.97%. Krispy Kreme, that's ticker DNUT, David Nancy under Tom. Tuesday afternoon is their scheduled release time. Earnings estimate is 13 cents. Expected move is 11.78%. Lazy Boy, that's ticker LZB, Larry Zebra Boy. They're releasing Tuesday afternoon. EPS estimate there is 56 cents, and the expected move is 7.01%.
Moving into our economic reports, Bill, tell us what we're seeing for reports today.
At 8:30 this morning, we have the Empire State Manufacturing Index that is scheduled to be released. As I mentioned earlier, the markets this week are really going to be focused on tomorrow's U.S. sales reports and minutes from the Federal Reserve policy meeting that happened July 27th and July 28th of last month. What I'm reading this morning is that the Federal Reserve officials are nearing an agreement to begin scaling back their easy money policies in about 3 months if the economic recovery continues. With some are pushing to end the asset purchasing program by the middle of next year, but we'll see some clarity when the FOMC meets later this month.
Moving into our morning's critical insights, starting things off with one on Equity Commonwealth, ticker EQC, and Monmouth Real Estate Investment, ticker MNR. The companies have amended their merger agreement under which Equity Commonwealth revised its offer to pay a total value of $3.4 billion. Elsewhere on the tape, Rada Electronic, ticker RADA, a defense company that builds radars, signed an MOU with Indian defense and aerospace company Alpha Design Technologies to form a joint venture to manufacture and sell radars in India. News on Rocket Pharma, ticker RCKT. The company announced that the FDA has lifted a clinical hold on its phase 1 trial for its treatment for Danon disease. Rocket share price is up 0.27% in pre-market. News on T-Mobile, ticker TMUS. T-Mobile is looking into a claim that the personal information of more than 100 million of its users was breached. According to sources, the data breach included social security numbers, phone numbers, names, physical addresses, and driver's license information. T-Mobile's share price is down 0.4% in pre-market. Some acquisition news. PaySafe, ticker PSFE, is acquiring Safety Pay for $441 million. SafetyPay's CEO, Gustavo Moya, has been set to become CEO of eCash for Latin America and global head of open banking. In other news, BHP, ticker BHP, is in talks with Woodside Petroleum, ticker WOPEY, to combine their petroleum businesses. News on Eli Lilly, ticker LLY. Lilly Phase 3 study for the treatment of dermatitis met primary and secondary endpoints with at least 75% skin clearance in more than half of the patients with moderate to severe atopic dermatitis. News on Saudi Aramco. The company is in advanced discussions to acquire roughly 20% stake in Reliance Industries' oil refining and chemical business in an all-stock deal that could be valued between $20 billion and $25 billion. News on HSBC, ticker HSBC. The company has agreed to buy AXA Singapore for $575 million in a push to build a global wealth hub in Singapore and fuel its expansion across Southeast Asia amid increasing tension in China. Lastly, for me, one on PG&E, ticker PCG. The company has forecasted offshore dry winds on August 17th that might cause the need to proactively shut off power in small areas of 16 counties tomorrow night. Bill, what are you seeing as far as this morning's news?
Well, Shane, I break my news alerts down into specific sectors. I'm looking for alerts on specific industries. I'm looking for alerts on specific events. When news hits into these alerts, it just gives me that ability to react much quicker and faster. I'm looking at my FANG alert this morning, and there's some good content in there. Google, for example, a U.S. trade judge on Friday ruled that Google infringed on 5 patents belonging to Sonos. That's concerning their smart speaker and related technologies, and that decision could lead to an import ban. Sonos is looking for royalties from the Alexa. This is a big deal. This is why you're seeing Sonos trade higher this morning. Apple, ticker AAPL, a U.S. jury on Friday awarded Opus Wireless Technologies, several related companies, $300 million in damages after a second patent trial against the iPhone maker. And, let's end this with Tesla. The U.S. government has opened a formal probe on Tesla's autopilot program. This is not good news for Tesla. In terms of my Dow Jones 30 alert, Walmart's looking to hire someone to help them develop a digital currency roadmap. That's very interesting. Walmart's going to be focused on digital currencies. That's good for the digital currencies this morning. Intel, there are media reports that Intel, ticker INTC, their CEO was pitching a multi-billion-dollar chip plant in the U.S. to officials at a White House gathering last month. Chevron, that's ticker CVX, Charlie Victor X-ray. They came out this morning and say they're postponing the return to work for full-time employees in California and Texas. Pfizer, the company said Friday that it's recalling 4 additional lots of its anti-smoking treatment, Chantix, after finding elevated levels of cancer-causing agents in the pills. In terms of options today, here are some stocks that I expect to have, increasing option volumes. Obviously Sonos, ticker SONO, Sam Oscar, Nancy Oscar. That patent win against Amazon is a big deal for them. Cisco earnings are coming out later this week. Lowe's, ticker LOW, earnings are coming out this week. Dine International, that's Brinker International, that's ticker EAT, Elvis, Apple, Tom. Earnings are out this week. And NVIDIA, ticker NVDA, Nancy Victor David Apple, earnings are out this week. So I'm expected to see some increased option volatility and volumes in these stocks today, Shane.
Let's talk about our Trade Talk picks for today. I'm picking Home Depot, ticker HD. This is an earnings play. There's an estimated EPS of $4.43. This is coming in tomorrow morning before market opens. They're expected to do well. The street is upbeat about the home improvement retailers in general, with more than 2/3 of analysts tracking Home Depot with a buy rating. So I expect this one to do well and to really have a blowout again. But this is one that we have to really take the gains where we can see them, because a lot of times Home Depot likes to come to do well in their earnings, and then the stock, it just doesn't go up anymore after the announcement. So it might be one that we need to just pull out before on, just watch it cautiously. But I do expect going up into earnings, we're going to see some gains. What's your pick looking like, Bill?
Agilent Technologies. It's ticker A. A, first letter of the alphabet. I'm expecting the stock to move higher today. I mean, the brokers remain very positive on the stock. Last quarter, when they released earnings, they did a guidance raise. That's very positive. Stock's expected to move 4.18% when earnings are announced. I'm going to be watching the option volumes. I reviewed the option volumes from Friday, and the weekly options for this week were all positive. So I'm looking to get into the stock around 158.50 if possible. But I think this stock could show some nice gains today.
Moving into what's hot off the press, the news that's hitting the tape as we speak, moving the stocks today. Let's get into it. Bill, what are some headlines we should let traders know about?
Alaska Airlines, ticker ALK, Apple Larry Kilo. Alaska Airlines said options to exercise for Boeing aircraft deliveries in 2023 and 2024.
Esports, ticker EBET. Esports Technologies app has surpassed 100,000 downloads on Google and Apple.
Walgreens, that's ticker WBA, William Boy Apple. Walgreens is introducing a new My Walgreens credit card program. Here's one on Disney from Argus. They're saying the Disney TV, theme park, and direct-to-consumer business to gain further momentum.
Companies 111, ticker YI, and Bayer Healthcare, ticker BAYRY, have expanded a strategic partnership. Agrify, ticker AGFY, the CEO said that the company is in advanced discussions with a number of MSOs.
Here's one on Walmart. U.S. growth at Walmart could outdo Amazon.
One on Abbott, ticker ABT. The FDA has approved Abbott's Amplatz or Amulet device to treat people with atrial fibrillation at risk of stroke.
Here's one on RCAT, Richard, Charlie, Apple, Tom. This is Red Cat Holdings. They received a significant purchase order from the largest drone distributor in the United States, ticker RCAT.
NewScale Power has signed an MOU with Xcel Energy, ticker XEL, to explore a potential plant operation. Anything else interesting for you, Bill?
No, that's all I'm seeing, Shane.
Same here. So that'll do it for what's hot off the press. And traders, keep in mind, you can receive the same breaking stories we do simply by subscribing at newsware.com. Check us out and get a free trial. Moving into our scoreboard, talking about how our picks did from Friday. I had Moderna, ticker MRNA. It opened at $405.24, and this was high, and we knew that. We said before the open, wait for some morning weakness on this one and make sure not to get in at the opening price. And sure enough, that weakness came. So by 10 a.m., the stock dipped lower at $389.36. Within the next 30 minutes, the stock was at its day's peak at $399.60 for a 2.62% gain. Ended up closing at $389.78, so still higher than the buy-in. Plenty of opportunities to have sold it in the 390s range for some profit still. So it did pretty well. How did yours end up doing, Bill?
I did okay. I did Walmart on Friday. That's ticker WMT, William Michael Tom. Stock opened up at 149.38 and then ran to a high of 150.36. It's only a 0.66% gain. The stock wound up closing at 149.53, still up on the day. Earnings are coming out tomorrow morning, and all signs that Walmart's going to deliver a nice, strong earnings report when they release tomorrow morning. So that was my pick on Friday.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at Trade Talk with Traders. You know what to do. Let's get out there. Let's make some green.